My name is Brendan Smith. I am the Brewing Sailor, and this is another Hangover free review. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Hangover free review. I am your host, the Brewing Sailor, Brendan Smith, and whether you're trying to live a sober lifestyle or just trying to moderate your beer intake, you've come to the right place because this is the show that helps you moderate your booze, not your brews. So, tonight we are looking at Sober Carpenter Black IPA. This is a seasonal beer for them, a limited release. It comes in a 6-pack with their organic session IPA and their regular IPA. Black IPAs for me, they're a fun little style that I do enjoy. We don't see them that often anymore. So when I saw it on the shelves, I wanted to grab it and give it a review and see how it was. Quick, before we get into the review tonight, quick little announcement. I am going to be changing my release schedule a little bit. I was doing Tuesdays and Fridays and having a hard time making either one. So we're going to move it to Wednesday and Saturday just because it lines up with my work schedule, my regular day job a little bit better, and just allows me and my wife to work together because she does all the back end work and the editing. So it allows us to have a little bit more time to get everything set up and released on time, or at least that's the theory. We'll see how it goes. Before we get into the video, please remember to give it a like, hit that subscribe button, turn it from red to gray, ring the notification bell so YouTube lets you know when I drop a video, and of course, do leave a comment before we go. As my buddy WDW Pro likes to say, we do covet your comments. Really like to hear what you guys are thinking about the show. Am I doing a good job or a bad job? Or, you know, if there's something you want to see me do on the show. We've had a couple of requests. We are going to be fulfilling them in the coming weeks and months. So if there's something you want to see me do, go ahead and leave that comment for me. All right, let's get into the review today. So my wife, once again, will always do something clever over here or over here with a picture, but I'll give you a little preview there. So for a black IPA, we are using the Beer Judge Certification Program Style 21 Bravo. That is a specialty IPA, in this case a black IPA. And it looks very much like a stout. It's going to be very dark, really high up on the SRM scale. The SRM is what we call a standard reference method. It goes from 0 to 40. 1 being really, really straw, light colored American light lagers. 40 being the darkest of imperial stouts. This is probably going to be somewhere in your mid-30s, low to mid-30s probably. Actually, no, probably mid, 35, 36, be my guess. I'm not seeing any hues of amber in there at all. It's got a nice off-white tannish head to it. It's persisting nicely. So that's pretty much going to knock out all 3 of our check boxes for this category. Dark in color, that's going to be coming from your carafa malts, and your chocolate malts is going to give it that nice black color. The tan head and the fact that it's, staying there, it's persisting nicely. Those are all 3 of our check boxes. So we're going to give it 3 out of 3 on the appearance score. For those who need a refresher, or maybe it's your first time watching my reviews, we do judge our beers according to the BJCP style guidelines, like I mentioned earlier. It is a 5-category system, weighted slightly differently on a 50-point total. Appearance, you can earn 3 points. Aroma, you can earn 12. Flavor, you can earn 20. Mouthfeel, you can earn 5. And finally, overall impression, you can earn up to 10. So, for the black IPA, let's see how she smells. First whiff, get all of that chocolate and roast. It's like you're getting yourself a stout. But the more you smell, those Amarillo and Magnum hops and Mosaic hops really kind of come through. Mosaic and Amarillo more than the Magnum. I'm guessing the Magnum is probably the bittering hop, but yeah, you get some nice citrus and floral. I'd like a little more of both. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's actually quite nice. But to give it, I'm giving it, I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 12. But if it had just a little bit more on the hop profile, and maybe a little bit more chocolate to roast, because if you guys watch some of my earlier reviews, some of the other stouts we've done, I do prefer more chocolate to roast. But it's still very good, 8 out of 12. I think it just could have been a little bit better. Let's move on to flavor. Take a taste. So that is pretty nice. Tip of the tongue is all stout. Okay, it's roasty, it's chocolatey, but then as it kind of flows across your tongue, you get different flavors. Those citrus notes, those floral notes from the hops come in. It's a little bit more bitter, and not so much from the carafa, although there probably is a touch of bittering from that, but it's more from the hop. I'm guessing that's your Magnum hop right there. But very nice, a nice little symphony of flavors there, each hitting a different quadrant of the tongue. Finishes not, I don't want to say too dry, but it's not cloying at all. The flavors linger, but not in a way that's unwelcome. So it's just a pleasant aftertaste of all of those different, the chocolate, the roast, the citrus, the floral. It's quite nice. I do like it. For a score, I think we're going to give it 16 out of 20 today. Moving on to mouthfeel. This is one of the heavier mouthfeel beers we've done. I'm going to call it medium heavy. Of course, we always grade this one on a scale because it's just going to be different from doing a fully leaded beer, right? So if you were to drink a 6-7% ABV Black IPA, of course, it's going to have a much heavier mouthfeel than this one will. But as far as non-alcoholic beers are concerned, I would call this medium full. It's medium heavy. Really nice for the style. It is well carbonated. You can see we still have some head there. It's still leaving some lacing on the glass. So that's kind of nice. We do enjoy that. But it's not a harsh carbonation. It's not going to give you that carbonic bite to it. It's a very smooth carbonation, and the beer is very velvety as far as the mouthfeel is concerned. It rolls smoothly across the tongue. So we're going to give that 5 out of 5 on the mouthfeel. Overall, this is a very good representation of the style. Ultimately, like I said, I would like just a little bit more roast, a little more hop, a little more chocolate. Very, very good, just not quite excellent. 7.5 out of 10. And that's going to give our total score today 39.5 out of 50, which is, like I said, it's very, very good. It's at that top end of very good. For those who are watching for the first time, 25 to 30 is an average beer. 30 to 35 is a good beer. 35 to 40 is a very good beer. 40 to 45 is an excellent beer. And then a 45 and above is world-class representation of the style. So 45 and above, you're looking at best in show, or at least in the conversation, if you're at a brewing competition. So 39.5, really, really good beer. Very respectable. I do enjoy this beer as a change of pace beer. Normally, I drink a lot of IPAs and a lot of crispy boys. So every once in a while, I like to have a change of pace and either have a fruited sour or have a stout. And this is something even different from that, just slightly askew of that, mixing a stout with an IPA. It is very seasonal for me. This is something I would drink in the early spring or the late fall when it's cool out with a nice hearty sandwich. Outside around a campfire, this would be perfect for it. As far as where does it fit on my scale of, regular rotation beer, would buy again, would drink it again given limited options, I'm okay never having it again, or drain pour, well, it's certainly not like our last beer, which was a drain pour. This one's going to fall squarely into would buy again for a couple of reasons. First of all, like I said, it's very seasonal for me. This is not something I'm going to drink all of the time. The other reason is it is a limited release beer. I don't know if Sober Carpenter's ever going to put this out again, but if they did, I probably would buy it and stick it in the fridge for fall. Yeah. Very good beer. Not something I'm going to drink every day, but when I'm in the mood for it, I would definitely reach for it and be happy I did. Very tasty beer. Okay, so I think that is pretty much all for today. Like I said, we are switching to Wednesday and Saturday releases. That hopefully will line up with my work schedule a little bit better. Cross your fingers. I am working on the first in the series of how we brew beer and how I brew alcoholic beer versus how we brew non-alcoholic beer. We are having our brew day, I believe. Let me check the date. Yep, our first brew day is going to be this Saturday or Sunday. It's going to be a double brew day. We're brewing both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beer. We're going to be brewing a Belgian Tripel, and we're going to be brewing a non-alcoholic IPA. So it's going to be a very busy day. Hopefully we get it all done. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be hot. Of course, we picked July to start brewing up for a competition. But we're going to film as much as we can. We're going to get all that packaged together, and you're going to start seeing this series of how I put together my brews and how non-alcoholic beer is made in the coming months. Also, I'm going to start something else. For beers that I don't want to do a full review on or put in the effort of doing, these 10, 15-minute videos, just a beer I pick up at Total Wine, and I wanted to let you know what I think about it. We're going to start doing hangover-free minute reviews. We're going to do YouTube Shorts, just a quick minute. I'm just going to do a quick rundown, super fast, of the BJCP style, the category scores, and where it falls on my personal scale. Just a real, just condensed 60-second version. What do I think of this beer? And move on. Just to kind of throw out some things for you guys to see during the week, because I don't always get to drop twice a week, and every once in a while I know you guys are like, hey, where you been? So this way hopefully I can post things a little more regularly, even if I can't do my normal 2 reviews a week. Thanks everybody. I really appreciate y'all coming out and supporting me every week. It's really awesome to see. I love the comments. I really enjoy the feedback. So keep coming back, keep leaving those comments, keep telling your friends about me. We do have a couple great beers coming up on Saturday. So this review will be dropping Wednesday evening. Saturday, we have Geralt's Gold from Athletic and The Witcher from Netflix. And then next week, we're going to talk about 2 beers I'm really super excited about. We're talking about the Underground Pale Ale and the Beardsicle from Leveled Beverage Collective. They're a brand new non-alcoholic brewery, and they are making a splash in the non-alcoholic scene. Both are going to score very well. You're not going to want to miss those reviews. Those are some excellent beers. I really enjoy them. And their customer service, as I've noted in the non-alcoholic beer forums, is absolutely top-notch. I screwed up when I ordered. I reached out to them. They fixed my screw-up at their expense. Just phenomenal customer service. Great guys over there. Great gals. Definitely want to support them as they get started in the non-alcoholic beer world. So those will be coming next week. The week after that, we're going back to Athletic because I got a whole bunch of fun stuff. I got the Apricot Farmhouse, I got their Raspberry Sour, and I got their Hellas. So that might be a 3 review week. It's getting crazy around here. Okay, everybody, I really got to go. So thank you so much. We'll see you Saturday for another Hangover free review. Before we go, please like the video if you haven't already. If you're about one of the 50% of my viewers that haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, turn it from red to gray, and please do hit the notification bell and leave a comment before you go. Let me know if I'm doing a good job or not. Okay, everybody? Thank you so much once again. Have a wonderful evening, and sláinte.